All right, here we go. Let's get set up. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not really sure how to get one of these started. Oh, I do know one thing. All right, every Gen Z Christian vlogger guy has got to have one real important thing. Boom, flannel, right? Now I'm a real guy. Okay, I'm not really sure what I was supposed to mean. Now I'm a real church man, right? I'm a church teen, 20-year-old. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. But hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Good News Collective. This is a devotional video series on YouTube, so we'll see how it goes. This is the first one. Please don't click away yet. But for today's devotional, I do want to kick it off with a quick question for all of you, and it's this. Have you ever ridden on a roller coaster before? Or maybe you're not really a roller coaster guy. I'm not a roller coaster guy because every time I go on a roller coaster, it kind of looks like this. Right, so maybe you're like me. Maybe you're not a roller coaster guy, but maybe you've been to an amusement park, maybe a state fair, Universal, Six Flags, something like that. Because if you have, you've probably seen one of these signs that sits right outside the roller coaster, right? Maybe it's like a little cartoon guy and he's got his hand up like this and he says, "You must be this tall to ride," you know? Now, I know for most of us, probably we're tall enough to ride the ride. We haven't really looked at those signs in a really, really long time. But when you're a kid, right, it's almost like life or death, right? Because you really want to ride the ride. You want to hang out with your friends. You want to have fun. But you got to meet some requirements first. So you walk over to the sign, you straighten up your back as tall as it can go, and then you're just a little bit too short, right? And it kind of sucks because having fun with your friends and going on the ride, if you want to do that, you got to be tall enough. You got to meet some requirements. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, the main reason is because I think our lives operate in a really similar way. A lot of us, throughout our lives, have had a lot of expectations or requirements put on us by the world, right? Maybe, if you want to ride a roller coaster, you got to be tall enough to ride. But the world has a lot of other requirements that you need to meet if you want to have what the world says is a valuable or meaningful life. Maybe if you want to be the life of the party in your friend group, you gotta be funny enough, or cool enough, or handsome, or pretty enough. If you wanna be good on the high school track team, you have to be athletic enough. In order to be what our world deems as valuable, you have to be a certain way. But the reality is, it's kind of exhausting. For a long time, when I was at school, I always felt these pressures going on with me. You always have to try to compete with everybody in your classes, be the top of the class, be smart enough. You always have to try to be cool or funny in your friend group, try to make everybody like you and know that you're there, But the whole thing is that eventually it just becomes too much. You can't live up to it and you become exhausted and maybe even feel hopeless. But there is good news for us. And that good news is that while the world might think that way, while it might operate that way, our God does not. In Matthew chapter 5, we see exactly the way that God operates in a passage called the Beatitudes. And this is what it says. "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." Now, to me, this passage is just as much about what it doesn't say as it is about what it does say. And let me explain that to you. This passage isn't saying, blessed are those who get the promotion that they wanted. Blessed are those who are the top of their class. Blessed are those who made it onto the varsity basketball team. It's not saying those things. Being smart enough or funny enough or athletic or strong enough or handsome or pretty enough. All these standards feel like things we can't live up to. But the beautiful truth is that that's not who God is looking to bless anyways. Guys, the amazing news is that God is looking to bless the poor in spirit. He's looking to bless those who mourn. He's looking to bless those who are meek and those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. And guess what? That's you and me. You might not be the one that everyone is contacting to hang out with on a Friday night. You might not be the one who got that scholarship they really, really wanted. But are you poor in spirit? Have you mourned? Are you meek? Do you hunger and thirst for righteousness like a starving man longs after food? God is looking to bless you. So today, to wrap up our very first devotional for the Good News Collective, remember the good news from Matthew chapter 5. Blessed are you, poor in spirit, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you who mourn, who grieve, for you will be comforted. Blessed are you, meek, overlooked, sometimes unseen, for you will inherit the earth. Blessed are you who see the wickedness and the hurt and the pain in this world and are longing for righteousness, for healing, for justice. You will be satisfied. These blessings, written thousands and thousands of years ago, are for you here today. So remember today, you are blessed. And that's pretty good news.